Hello, my loves. Today we're going to talk about how to not spend Valentine's Day being pathetic and wishing that you weren't single. Now, if you do not like tough love, this is your warning to because this video is not for you. First things first, it is not a sad story that you are spending this day alone. It is an opportunity to spend more time with yourself and show yourself that love. One thing that has always really bothered me just in the dating world, when a woman says she's single, people assume it is not by choice. Yet when we see an eligible single bachelor, we all assume that he is choosing to be in that situation until he decides to put an end to his fun single days and finally settle down. I have never understood why people don't apply the same logic to us. I can speak for myself only. I was very intentional about being single. And whenever stupid people would ask me, like, why are you still single? And they would think it's a compliment. Like, I'm sure you've heard this where people think they're complimenting you. Like, oh my God, you're so pretty. I can't believe you're still single. And it's like, no, bitch, I'm so pretty. And that's why I'm still single. Like, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying my time alone. I'm being intentional about this journey that I'm on until I'm ready to share that with somebody worthy. If you have not yet watched the video that I posted about why nobody wants you, I definitely touch more on that mindset shift in that video. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend checking that one out. I just want you to embrace this mentality that your singleness is not you trapped in this princess tower, whatever Disney Channel movie. I feel like 3 just came to my mind, but you're just not waiting for someone to come and save you because there's nothing to be saved from. This is a period of your life that is meant to be enjoyed. It's meant for you to be present in that period. It's meant for you to completely romanticize it. So by all means, reject this narrative, not just to people in your external life, but even internally, that being single is a condition that you're excited to be done with. Being single as a woman, just like being single as a man, is a time period for you to be intentional about getting to know yourself and figuring out what it is that you need so that you know what it is when it comes walking in. You're not just settling for anyone that comes knocking on your door. You're not gonna just allow anyone into this beautiful space that you've cultivated for yourself. Which brings me to another point that I think would really, really help you not just enjoy this Valentine's Day on your own, but literally the rest of your singlehood on your own. And it's treating your life like this amazing rom-com. Like in the rom-com, we all know how predictable these movies are. There's like the girl who's obsessed with the guy, but really the guy best friend was always in her life. And it takes till the end of the movie for her to realize she's always been in love with the best friend and not the douchebag. Like we always know how these movies end. We can literally predict it within the first 10 minutes of watching the movie. But even with that, even with us being able to predict how these movies end, they're still fun to watch. We still sit down and rewatch those types of movies because it gives us this feeling of comfort and entertainment and joy. Why not treat your life like an amazing rom-com whose ending you already know? You already know you are going to find your person and have a beautiful, happy life with them. And if you are looking at me right now like, how do I know that? Just decide that that's what's going to happen. I know that sounds difficult if you have a lot of doubts. I'm telling you that the way that you live your life, if you just decide that you're going to meet your person, is going to actually help you attract that person. It's literally like part of what manifestation or acting as if or the law of assumption or whatever the girlies are calling it, that's literally what it is. It's just you're deciding what the ending of your story is and you're embodying the version of you that's going to get that when it's time. And in doing that, not only are you a better match to the thing that you want, but you're literally enjoying your life so much more because you're chilling out. You're not approaching your days with all of this uncertainty and anxiety and scarcity and all of these low vibrational mindsets and thoughts that would actually ensure that you don't attract the person that you want to be with. So I'm just gonna let that sink in really quick. Like, you doubting whether you're gonna meet your person is the reason you're not meeting your person. You putting it in your head that I know this is gonna happen and I'm actually not in a rush for it is gonna make that thing actually come to your life so much quicker. That was my story. Like I literally started treating my life like this amazing freaking romance, funny, hilarious story. And something crazy happened once I started doing that. Mind you, I wanna make one point clear. My movie was not even a rom-com. My movie was like a comedy. Like the romance piece was one part of it, but I never looked at my life as this plot where the most important thing that was gonna happen was meeting Ahmed. Don't get me wrong, I freaking adore Ahmed. I think any video that I've ever recorded, you can tell how much I love him. He's a huge part of my life. I also have so much other life outside of my relationship with Ahmed. Sure, my marriage touches those parts of my life now, but those parts of my life were still amazing and fruitful before he got here. Like, he didn't activate the rest of my life. So my point is, like, figure out what genre you want your movie to be. If it's a rom-com, that's still fine. But I treated my life just like a comedy, and I still do, because I have dark humor. So I always look at whatever I'm going through this lens of like, okay, here are all the things I know are gonna happen because I decided they're gonna happen in my career, in my love life, when I have kids, whatever it is. And how can I start to romanticize this period, knowing I'm gonna get that, whatever it is that I'm going through right now, as difficult and challenging as it is. Can I make my internal narrator tell it in a way where it's low-key kind of funny? It's low-key kind of ironic that I have to deal with this thing at work because I'm gonna be that, and one day when I'm watching this movie, I'm gonna laugh at how this played out because of that. Think about that right now. The bad dates that you're going on, your negative experiences with a toxic ex. Like, this is not me telling you to be toxically positive, but it does help you cope when, let's say, you are spending this Valentine's Day alone. Like, what is the tone of that? You want that to be depressing? Or do you want that to be like this beautiful, amazing time that you get to spend with yourself so that when you're rewatching your movie, you know you're so proud of that version of yourself who embraced her singlehood. Part of me embracing my life as this amazing drama, comedy, whatever that it is, was I used to write letters to Ahmed before I knew me and Ahmed would be together. So I was writing to my future husband, not knowing who he was, but just knowing that I would find him, knowing that he would come, knowing that I would get him. And I'm like, man, this movie is really, really good. I don't want him to miss out on one detail of it. So at the age of like 19 or 20, I literally started a notes app in my phone, Dear Future Husband. And I wanted to just document all of these moments that I was having in life, including but not limited to dating experiences that I was going through. Because I'm like, when I meet this person, he's gonna have missed out on so much of my life. I just had it in my head that I wasn't gonna meet him until like my mid to later 20s, which is when we ultimately ended up meeting. And I'm like, wouldn't it be so cool if he was able to kind of get caught up on all of the good things that he missed? On this Valentine's Day and on every single day moving forward, that is the lens of value and beauty that I want you to see your life through. Look at your life as every day that I spend single is an opportunity. It's an amazing, awesome moment. And I feel so bad for him that he's missing out on this. Can you imagine? Instead of looking at your life as this sad story and you're like, oh, why isn't he coming? Why can't I meet him? I don't want to experience these things without him. No, it's like, I'm having so much fun. I've built something so beautiful. I've built something I'm so proud of that I get to enjoy every day. And honestly, like, he's missing out, and I can't wait to share this with him when he comes. But for the time being, I'm so grateful that I get to enjoy all of this on my own. Let's say you will meet him next year. What do you want the lead up to look like? What do you want your life to be like so that you can ensure that what you share with this person is something worth sharing? What do you want the story to feel like? And when you decide on that, put your head down and be present and focus on creating that vibe and that energy and that feeling today, right now. Don't focus on starting your story when you meet somebody, because that's a boring story. What story lacks the anticipation? What movie have you ever watched that lacks the lead up until the big thing happens, if that's how you're looking at it? I want you to focus on writing the script that you would actually want to see play out. Put yourself in that driver's seat of, how do I want this to feel before I eventually run into my husband at a coffee shop one day, or before I'm on a plane and I get seated next to this handsome man and we get in this amazing conversation. Like, what do you want the process to be leading up to that moment, and start creating that right now. The reason that that is so important is not just to help you be present. It's not just to help you enjoy this Valentine's Day and every other day after that. It's also because there's this myth that I see a lot of women go through where they feel like when they find their person, all their problems will be solved. When I finally find him and feel loved and validated, then I'm gonna feel beautiful. I'm gonna feel worthy. I'm gonna feel important. I'm going to feel like I can start the rest of my life. I cannot describe to you how inaccurate and how dangerous that way of thinking is. Let's take the word companion and apply it to, like, Delta does this like companion thing where you can bring a free companion on certain flights. If Ahmed brought me, sure, maybe I would enjoy certain parts of that flight a little bit more knowing my companion is by my side, right? But if there's turbulence, there's turbulence. Like, whether I was there or not, there was going to be turbulence. Whether I was there or not, the plane was going to land late and be delayed potentially. Whatever issues happen on that plane were going to happen with or without me. I want you to also look at your life the same exact way. If you are negative, if you have a scarcity mindset, you're pessimistic, you feel negatively about the world, you're easily stressed out about certain things in your life, having someone come and be your partner is not going to solve those issues. It is just going to create more opportunity for you to express that stress and that negativity. He's not going to get rid of your negativity. If you look in the mirror and you hate what you see, now you're going to be insecure in bed with that person. Like, there's just going to be more opportunity for you to project out your insecurities. So just like the plane analogy, if Ahmed was getting on a plane alone and there was turbulence and a delayed flight and all these problems, now I'm just part of those problems. If he brings me on as a companion, not only do I not solve those problems, but now I also have to go through those problems. The reason that that is important is because when you are able to be present and focus on the life that you want to live, the person that you want to be, not only will you focusing on your life, your quality of life, the quality of the person that you want to be, help you attract the right person, but when you bring them into your space, you will enjoy that space so much more because you've already set the foundation of what it looks like. You've set the foundation of what type of person you will attract into your life because of the quality of love and care that you give to yourself. And now you will be able to enjoy the thing that you're already enjoying even more than double, because now you have this other person to share that with. I can promise you right now, Ahmed and I talk about this a lot because we've known each other for most of our lives. And if you're interested in that story, I have a video about that too. But we've known each other for most of our lives. And if we had gotten together at any other phase in our lives, I think we would have broken up and not worked out for several reasons. Like, I really think one of the main reasons was we needed to go through life on our own and different relationships and learn ourselves so well to understand what we want our space to feel like. We each got to a place where we had worked through so much on our own that we understood ourselves individually so well. So now when we share that with each other, we're able to help each other understand how to navigate the other person. Like, things feel so fun and easy and simple because we've each taken the time to understand what it means to live a happy, present, quality life on our own. In the next couple weeks, Ahmed has a work trip, and every single time he travels and I'm here by myself, I literally recreate the vibes that I used to create when I was single and living alone. And I love it. I'm telling you this because you might feel like the vibe of being single and maybe living alone is not your chosen reality. What I'm telling you is if you treat it like it is your chosen reality, and if you treat it like it is something worth romanticizing, even when you are in a relationship with a healthy person down the line and you love your partner, you are going to miss your alone time. So every single time he leaves, I make it a thing, like a ceremony, where I recreate those vibes, not because I'm not happy in my relationship, but because I also have another relationship with myself that I want to pour extra love and attention to in the opportunities, yes, opportunities that I can. This is an opportunity for me to really check in with myself, because even if I can carve out my alone time, which I do, while we're together, there's just something to be said about the quietness and stillness and joy that I'm able to tap into when it's just me, myself, and I. If you invest in what that relationship with yourself looks like right here, right now, I promise you that is an investment worth making, because you will always be able to tap back into that when you need to. Life happens, okay? Things happen, even in an extremely healthy relationship. Sometimes you can only rely on yourself to make certain decisions or understand certain things that you're dealing with. This is the best investment that you can be making. And I really, really hope that on this Valentine's Day and beyond, you're able to look at this space and time as an opportunity, as a blessing. It is a blessing. There's a reason that it's happening. There's a reason that you're tapping in right now to yourself. The universe, God, wants you to focus on the relationship that you have with yourself first, because that relationship single-handedly impacts and improves the relationship you have with everything and everyone else from that point on. This wasn't as tough love as I thought it was going to be. I'm kind of disappointed, but maybe my intuition told me that you needed it delivered a little bit more delicately. And, you know, I just want nothing more for you than to take your time. Like, you're not in a rush, be patient, have fun. And honestly, it's not even patient. Like, enjoy it so much so that you don't feel like you're waiting for anything. That's when Ahmed and I actually met. And mind you, like, when we met and started talking, I felt like I was sacrificing something. I want you to love yourself and your alone time so much that you don't feel like you're waiting for someone to save you anymore. And when you do find someone worthy that you start liking, you kind of feel like possessive of yourself, where you're like, oh man, like, he wants to call me every day. I want to talk to him, but I miss myself. But you know what? I think I should talk to him. I kind of like him. Like, that is the point that you should be at, where you're like, this person's calling my name. I'm feeling pulled towards him. But at the same time, I love myself. So let me just ease into this process where I'm sharing this space now with someone else. Because at that point, if it feels like that, you will not do that unless that person is worthy. It'll automatically be this perfect filtering, you know, process of elimination where you have such high standards for who you share this relationship with that you're not going to do it for just anyone. I love you so much, so much. I want you to have so much fun. I want you to, you know, play Love is Blind, because that's what I'm going to be binge watching tomorrow. Play Love is Blind, light a candle, go grab yourself a candle from whatever convenience store. Romanticize this time. Pretend like this day and every day after it is an opportunity for you to romance yourself. Treat yourself like the most popular rom-com that is worth watching over and over and over and never getting sick of it. If you're watching this before or on Valentine's Day, drop a comment letting me know how you plan to romanticize your life. And if you're watching it after, let me know what you did. I'm so curious to hear it. And look out for the vlog that I'll be posting in the next couple weeks, where I kind of take you through the rituals and routines that I do to continue to romance myself, even in a relationship. I love you so much. And as always, stay powerful, my loves.